Hello everyone, and welcome back to our adventures with Squirrel Clan, here in Warrior Cat's Clan Generator. And before we go ahead and have Chestnut Star stretch and emerge from the Leader's Den, or would we call that the Leader's Den? I mean, yeah, it's the Leader's Den. It kind of feels more like just her own little special clump of like rocks that she likes to sleep under, but still. But before we allow Chestnut Star to step forward and the moons to pass over Squirrel Clan, we need to clarify something. You see, I know what a kitten is. I know what a kit is. I know that they're tiny little squeaky things with little triangle tails and some fuzzy little ears and those tiny little toe beans that you just can't help but try to just touch the little pads of because they're so cute. So yes, I understand the concept of a kitten. I understand the concept of a two-leg. Apparently, I don't understand what happens when you put those two things together and have a two-leg kit. Yeah, so... Here's what we're gonna do. Last time I got so excited and very into the roleplay idea of perhaps there being some extremely aggressive feral kits, as in the meow little fluffy kind, who live in an abandoned cabin where a very disgruntled writer happens to be taking his little sabbatical trying to write the books that he has due coming up. And he doesn't really want anything to do with these cats. Some feral cat mom disappeared and left behind an unknown quantity of kittens who have just been on their own, trying their best to survive and not really making it in the wild and living under the cabin, trying desperately to figure out what happened to their mother, and then finally just trying to survive together for an unknown amount of time. They're young, just about ready to become apprentices, and yet they have not had any guidance from any older cat. So they're very aggressive, they're a little bit misbehaved. They really could use a strong guiding hand. So here's what we're going to do. First off, we're going to clarify, thank you guys, especially those of you in our Patreon Discord, for letting me know that actually what was supposed to happen in that event was children, as in the human kind, that run around on two legs and scream randomly at parks and things. They were the ones who were supposed to chase away our two wonderful cats, Time Fawn, who's currently being pestered by flies, and where is his mate, Autumn Fur? There she is. And Autumn Fur, who's feeling pretty excited right now, probably because of all the new things that have been happening in the clan lately. So now I realize they were supposed to be human kids. However, like I said, with a little bit of the squeak of some roleplay and imagination, we're actually going to say that yes, it is a group of feral kittens. And not only is it a group of feral kittens, but the fate of those kittens are going to be in your hands. Because here's what we're going to do. We are indeed going to add those kittens in somehow to the world that Squirrel Clan is currently inhabiting. And how many kittens and what their names are, and even a little bit about their traits, are going to be left in all of your hands. Here is how it's going to work. I haven't done this in ages, but since so many of you like to stand in as the Star Clan cats, I actually feel like this is going to be a really wonderful way to have you guys contribute to the development of Squirrel Clan and all of the other groups and clans around them. And you are all going to be responsible for how many of the kittens have survived. Because for every, and again, this is one of the only ways I can actually have you guys do anything. So this isn't trying to troll for likes or anything. And we used to do this all of the time in a lot of our series. But for every 100 likes that we receive upon this video, then we will have one more kitten having survived. And with each of those surviving kittens, we will also toss in the random comment generator, all of your guys' comments on this particular adventure, and you will have a chance to name one of those feral kittens. Once we figure out how many there are, I will roll the random generator, and I will use the names that pop up to fit that. And I will take the names. You guys can try to put in just like one or two details about the description of what you think they might look like or what their personality might be like. Nothing complicated, because I still haven't figured out how to like crack the code on hacking this so that cats can join. But that's what's going to happen. We are going to make that actually occur. We really are going to add these feral kittens into the world. How many there are and what their names are going to be in your guys' hands. And here's the kicker. Even if they don't all show up in Squirrel Clan, they are definitely going to be a permanent part until perhaps something very sad happens to them of the overall world that Squirrel Clan inhabits, which one day is indeed going to include some other clans. So even if the little feral kitten that you get to name and help to save and rescue so that it can continue on into our story doesn't make it into Squirrel Clan, don't despair, because they will be added to a permanent list of possible cats who might be showing up in the future, either in our adventures here or in some of our Warrior Cats adventures elsewhere. Him. But all right, so that is a very exciting new thing that we'll try out. We'll see how it does. If it seems to be something that you guys really like, and I'm like, yay, woo, ha, like the little video just is a wonderful experience for everyone and does well, then we'll do more of these things because I really miss them. It's so much fun to have you guys give up some of my power of my control over as the, I don't know, what am I, like the Star Clan moon? What on earth are, well, I guess it would be, but in stars, space, the universe? What in the universe would you be if you're bigger than the stars? Well, stars are bigger than, moons like are much smaller than stars. Look, never mind. I am the center of this galaxy of imagination and adventure, and it's an exhausting job. Now, the fate of those feral kittens is in all your guys' hands. You know what to do. Go for it. All right, and we're also going to carry on with our adventures from yesterday. Like I said, I'm going to start doing it so that we shift the events of each moon. These are all the events that you guys saw last time. Don't worry, I just haven't closed the game so that way we didn't lose them. Cough, cough. New idea for that. And we're just going to take a quick little peek at what's going on with the clan, send them out on patrol very quickly, and then deal with the fallout of the events that have currently happened. Bearing in mind that we do have, oh, Prancetail is helping to gather herbs at the Medicine Cat Den. That is all so sweet. Prancetail has a claw wound from the hawk. Wow. But rather than be like discouraged that she has currently been injured, I think she's actually taking it quite well, and she's helping out here at the Medicine Cat Den, possibly getting a chance to know Viaheart, because Viaheart actually is the cat who helped to rescue her, since, as we talked about last time, there was a tremendous multi-species battle between a hawk that was trying to eat a snake, and the snake was trying to eat a mouse, and then our Squirrel Clan cats just wandered in on their patrol following the mouse, and so the cats were trying to eat the mouse, the snake was trying to eat the mouse, and then the hawk was trying to eat the snake. Everybody got involved in a huge big tangle of like sudden like spitting, hissing, fur flying, and Viaheart, who had been lurking in the wilderness for quite some time, emerged so that they could go ahead and she could actually save the cats who she saw in danger from a venomous snake. Thankfully, she was not bitten herself, so she's okay. She can't work right now. Well, she was like lightly bitten, but she wasn't like, she didn't take in any of the toxins, and she didn't take in any of the venom, so she's not like in life critical danger. And I like that she's actually hanging out with Prancetail in the Medicine Cat Den. We'll have to remember to send them on a patrol together next time. Also, 1 cobweb, 1 goldenrod, 2 poppy. With this many cats inside of the... yeah, this many cats inside of the den already, I could see how Floodfern would be feeling really worried about having enough herbs. So we'll probably send them out for medicine soon. I'll have to remember to send Prancetail and Viaheart out together too, because they're going to be good friends. Also, I will start working on their histories, like kind of, you guys can take a quick nap, a blink, you might say, and suddenly all these words will be here. But I'm pretty sure I read this out to you guys. If not, the general gist is that Viaheart, whose name and identity before clan life remains a mystery that she hides closely, joined Squirrel Clan after wandering the forest for several moons alone, only to dramatically rescue Prancetail from being bitten by a venomous snake in an abrupt multi-species battle between a hawk, snake, mouse, and some very unfortunate cats who wandered in at the wrong time. So she actually was still okay. I'll just read all of this since we've already committed this far. And in the future, I am going to try to spend some time soon working on that like warrior cats page I've been talking about so that you can see the Squirrel Clan info, and I will copy and paste into the individual cats profiles this kind of information so you guys will be able to kind of catch up with their story. And I will also, maybe instead of M1, I might go ahead and I might change that to being like the episode. So this would be like episode 3 that happened, so E3. So we'll do that, and that way if you want to watch it happen live, you can go back to that episode with that reference. That's a very smart idea. Good job, Seri. Anyway, Via Heart was only grazed by the bite and thankfully did not take in any venom, but they were still weak from hunger, shock, and exhaustion. Although she had been surviving fairly well on her own in the wild, since she is a fantastic hunter who's very strict, she took the offer to rest and recover in Squirrel Clan's camp eagerly, and she's still looking around the camp with wonder, which I think is so cute. Once there, she looked around the camp with eyes shining with wonder. Is this what it was like to live in peace with so many other cats? Due to her heroic actions, and more practically, the lack of warriors in the clan, and Via Heart's hard-earned, there we go, sorry, I have to fix that. Hard-earned, dun 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 dun. There it is. Okay, that's gonna bother me. This is why we're gonna be doing all the typing off screen from now on, trust me. Chestnut Star, who had grown to know the young warrior while basking in the sunlight together during long afternoons, chatting casually, offered her a place in Squirrel Clan, which Via Heart eagerly accepted. So that's gonna explain, like, how Via Heart joined. I'm glad she's having a good time. Etiquette still doesn't want to grow up yet, which is quite adorable. And then, yeah, Time Fawn pestered by the bugs. Chestnut Star is kind of muttering to herself, perhaps reliving some of her memories. Pounce Bush wonders who will give them 9 lives. Excuse you? I mean, I guess you're the deputy. But like, that's a little soon, don't you think, sir? Like, cool your jets, Pounce Bush. I guess he's just a very eager, responsible deputy. And wait, he's sick? Hold up. Oh, that's right, he got a runny nose. Well, maybe actually he's a little bit worried about losing a life when there's still the clan to take care of, and so he doesn't want to be sick. You know what, we're gonna add that in about him really quickly. This one's just a short note, so we'll just be right here. Pounce Bush fears becoming ill and sick before he becomes a leader with 9 lives, in case he won't be able to stay around to help watch over Squirrel Clan. As a result, he is scared of sick cats and will do his best not to get ill. Now, if that actually works for him or not, well, I mean, we'll see eventually. All right, and then meanwhile, Floodfern, currently in the medicine den, probably extremely busy and feeling it. Time Fawn, currently being pestered by flies, and also I love how he and his new mate were actually like scared by 2-leg kits, but I translated that as actual kittens. Oh well, it's fun. Autumn Fur, feeling excited. I guess I could go ahead and like, I think actually seeing the kits made her excited, hopefully for kits. Bloom Coral, ooh, caught the scent of a fox earlier. Well, he's actually an excellent fighter. And if he caught the scent of a fox, I could see him wanting to go out on patrol, maybe a border patrol today, but not wanting to have the apprentice Floodpaw, who he's been kind of training lately for Chestnut Star, actually go with him. Prancetail gathering herbs. Floodpaw is gossiping. With who? Where are you? And then Tangle Spring. Look at this, you guys. She's giving. Okay, we're gonna say he's gossiping with Tangle Spring because she's giving advice to younger cats, which is adorable. And this is the nettle that she picked up and put in her hair because you can have accessories, which is so cool. I love that. All right, so that covers everybody. Let's go on patrol. I think the most important patrol today might actually be Bloom Coral, and he might want to take some of the stronger cats with him. Let's see. Chestnut Star is fierce. And I think we'll have Autumn Fur go with him, and maybe Chestnut Star, because catching the scent of a fox is kind of dangerous. So we'll send them on a border patrol, which I'm a little nervous about, but like, do your best, Bloom Coral. Yeah, and he's an excellent fighter and kind of leading all of this. So let's see what happens. Oh dear. Your patrol tracks the scent of a large dog wandering along the edge of the clan's territory. Okay. That's not cool. That's very much not cool. We may be smart and an excellent fighter, but we are also careful, and we are also, let's see, playful and fierce. I don't think these guys have enough experience to really take on a large dog, so we're not going to chase it. Your patrol decides not to pursue such a dangerous creature, especially seeing as it hasn't crossed to the border. Look, I think that was the right decision to make. I really, truly, I think that that is a very important, good decision. Meanwhile, I think we'll go ahead and let's see. Let's have Pouncebush actually go on an herb collecting group with Floodfern, and we'll go see how that works out. Floodfern has to attend to one of the grimmer jobs as a medicine cat. The grounds where Squirrel Clan goes to mourn their dead needs to be tended. They bring along Pouncebush as their assistant for the trip. There's a sharp yell of pain. Oh no! And a string of muttered curses following it. Floodfern turns around to see a Pouncebush holding one of their paws off the ground. It seems that the other cat stepped on a thorn. Ouch! They'll have to go back to camp to fix that up. Oh man! Come on, Pouncebush. Okay, so literally, I think already he had a runny nose, and now he has a thorn in his paw. While he went to the graveyard for the cats. Of course he's gonna be freaking out. Oh my gosh. Hold up here. Where are you, Pouncebush? Like, now he's off, like, still wondering who's gonna give him his 9 lives. He was hanging out with, like, Eddie Kit and with Chestnut Star just a second ago inside of her den, probably being like, it's so dangerous out there. Oh my gosh. So he does his best not to get ill. Unfortunately, it seems that he has we'll say very bad luck when it comes to illness and injury, resulting in a growing fear of death itself. Ooh, I wonder if that might actually play out in the future to make him a little bit of a risk to himself or the clan as a result of his fear of basically like getting in trouble. Meanwhile, let's go on a hunting patrol with Floodpaw, because no one's gone hunting, and I feel like that is definitely something that Time Fawn would try to do to provide food for the clan, and he'll go ahead and he'll take along Floodpaw this time, even though Chestnut Star is indeed his mentor, just because he's a good teacher. Your patrol catches the scent of a mouse nearby. They narrowly miss the mouse. Eventually, they'll get some good experience, but today is not that day. All right, let's do this, friends. It is time for another moon to pass. Okay, here we go. Newly made apprentice Eddie Paw touches noses with their new mentor Autumn Fur. No wonder Autumn Fur was so excited. Meanwhile, Time Fawn's runny nose has gone ahead and cleared up, and Floodpaw's runny nose is gone too. Oh, thank goodness. And Pouncebush feels better because that thorn has been pulled out. And Viahar's snake bite has healed so well you can't even tell it happened. That is amazing. That's fantastic. So we have the ceremony with Eddie Paw, and Eddie Paw is actually Autumn Fern's apprentice. That is so fun. And then we have health. I'm just gonna do relationships last because it feels like, yeah, miscellaneous. Okay. Health is good. Everybody's getting better. Good job. Our wonderful, like, Floodfern, because he's really working hard to keep everybody okay. Oh, and Eddie Paw is growing closer to Autumn Fur by sharing prey. Prancetail offers to groom a hard-to-reach place for Floodpaw, who thanks them earnestly. Autumn Fur is telling Time Fawn about a hunting technique, so they're growing closer together too. Chestnut Star reminds Bloom Coral to grab something from the fresh kill pile if they haven't already. Time Fawn saw Bloom Coral take oh no! I wonder if Time Fawn, who I know we're taking a risk making him Chestnut Star's father, because apparently, you know, the game doesn't recognize that, so we could end up with some awkward romances, but we'll work with that somehow. Trust me, we'll just, like, say he found some kittens and give them to her instead. But I wonder if Time Fawn, feeling a little bit possessive of just making sure that Chestnut Star, both as his leader and his daughter, is able to have a good life, is thinking Bloom Coral might be flirting with her a little bit. We might want to keep an eye on that, huh? And meanwhile, Bloom Coral asks Pouncebush how they're doing, because there's been a lot of injuries lately. Floodpaw had a slight disagreement with Eddie Paw over who's the better hunter. I don't think Floodpaw likes having another apprentice in the clan, especially not Eddie Paw. Oh dear. Pouncebush is telling Floodpaw about a hunting technique. Good, good. And then I feel like was somebody else. Yeah, we'll have to see. We'll have to see. Tangle Spring appreciated how Pouncebush always seemed to ask how they're doing. So Pouncebush, like, doing pretty good, doing pretty good. Floodfern calls Pouncebush the wrong name. Oh dear. Okay. And then Via Heart thinks Chestnut Star has a strange sense of humor, a negative effect. Aw, really, guys? Oh my gosh. It is now like a whole new season too. Oh man. All right. Well, a small negative effect, but that's okay. And meanwhile, I am actually super curious. Like, Pouncebush, you had a lot going on this time that I feel like kind of like poked at some of the relationships. Yeah, just a lot of platonic like. He still doesn't like Eddie Paw. That seems unfortunate, but like, I guess I could roll with that. I mean, it's not like I have much of a choice. But he really did end up having like a lot of interactions just trying to be a good deputy, actually, which I think is a good point in his favor that he's trying to be a good deputy. And meanwhile, Floodfern seems to be trusting Chestnut Star a bit more. And I just wanted to take a little peek, feeling super comfortable. Time Fawn's feeling super comfortable around Autumn Fur, and I love that. That's adorable. And, you know, Prancetail, I'm actually kind of curious about Prancetail. Let's go ahead and switch focus to her. Because I want to know, does she romantically like anyone? No, but Bloom Coral, I kind of want Bloom Coral to maybe try like flirting with one of the two female cats. He feels more comfortable around Chestnut Star, and he is pretty playful, so I could see him not caring, you know, that she's the leader. He might be willing to go ahead and maybe try a little bit of flirting, but maybe Prancetail. And I know you guys have been telling me, I mean, I have been receiving whispers from StarClan, cough, cough, that cats sent out on patrols together especially training patrols apparently, tend to sometimes spark romantic interest. So maybe today we'll send Bloom Coral out, like he'll ask maybe Chestnut Star or Prancetail, depending on how they're feeling, to go on a patrol with them, and we'll see if maybe this young male could possibly think about finding some romance. And we might even do the same with Pouncebush. I think he's distracted by his concerns of like, what happens when you die right now though. All right, so that said, how's everybody feeling? Chestnut Star is assessing the apprentices. No wonder Floodpaw is so cranky, especially because, you know, Chestnut Star rescued Eddie Paw. That makes so much sense. No wonder Floodpaw is jealous. Like, Chestnut Star just showed up with this other kid like it was nothing. Oh, it makes so much sense now. Pouncebush is feeling quite lazy, maybe because he's just like feeling like complimenting everybody in the clan instead of going hunting. Floodfern is staring off into space, possibly a message from StarClan or a catnap. Time Fawn, considering, is spending a considerable amount of time grooming. Autumn Fur is patching up a hole in the camp wall. Bloom Coral is assigned to a hunting patrol today, are we? Oh, and so is Via Heart. Wait a second. I almost forgot we had a brand new female in the clan. Okay, well, we'll see how that goes. Prancetail involves the kids in a game of make-believe about traveling through a strange land. Is she still sick? Oh, she's still sick from this claw wound. That's so sad. Maybe that's why Via Heart is going to go on like hunting patrol instead. Floodpaw's feeling sassy today. Eddie Paw is picking the burrs from her pelt, and then Tangle Spring is worried others are judging them. Tangle Spring, you vengeful creature, why would you be concerned? You are vengeful. You can do whatever you want. All right, since we saw the hunting patrol, and actually, Via Heart is indeed a fantastic hunter. Let's actually send these two out to see if we can help out the clan. A rabbit burst from the cover, startled by the patrol. The patrol rallies almost instantly and manages to corner and catch the rabbit. Good job, you two! So just really quickly, I want to see, when you send the cats out together like that, yeah, so I think that develops their relationship a bit more. And actually Via Heart, I think, only knows these two. Okay, we're gonna have to fix that by having Via Heart spend more time with the other cats. Maybe when a new cat joins, going on a bunch of different patrols is a really good idea with them. And I think that not Floodfern, okay. I think that actually Time Fawn and Autumn Fur might want to go out on their potential patrol, but we'll bring Eddie Paw along, even though even though Time Fawn isn't sure about that, and Autumn Fur's super careful. Of course, she would want to be extra cautious with the kit, especially because maybe, or excuse me, I guess Eddie Paw's not a kit anymore. I have a feeling Eddie Paw would be indignant about being called a kit. But I could see Autumn Fur wanting to see how Time Fawn's going to do handling kittens. And that might be a really interesting thing. So let's go on a training patrol. Time Fawn suggests that this might be a good chance for cats to practice teamwork, particularly with Eddie Paw. Everyone has a nice practice session, and their coordination with their clanmates grows stronger. Eddie Paw really gets into it and is praised for their focus and enthusiasm. That's adorable! Good job, Eddie Paw! I think Autumn Fur is a really good match for her. And meanwhile, Chestnut Star really hasn't been spending a lot of time with Floodpaw, so I think we'll go ahead and we'll send them out. Maybe on a training? How about a random patrol type and just see what happens? Because she is the clan leader. The patrol comes across a strange two-legs object smelling slightly of smoke and prey. Intriguing, but also sort of terrifying. Don't the two legs know the danger of fire? So I think we're gonna go ahead, and because Chestnut Star is fierce and Floodpaw is bold, we're gonna see what happens. The patrol interprets the purpose of the object. It seems like two legs light their fresh kill on fire before eating it. How strange. Ooh, I wonder if we gain some experience from that. All right, meanwhile, the deputy is going to be very responsible. And also, I actually could see when a pounce bush is constantly looming over Floodford in the medicine cat den, because he's going to be like, wait, what does that one do? What does that one do? Because he wants to know what all the herbs do so that he can stave off death. I think that's amazing. As Floodfern pads through Squirrel Clan territory with their entourage, they feel a presence join them. Floodfern softly alerts the rest of the patrol to their visitor. With respectful nods, the patrol pauses, tucks their paws together neatly, and sits to converse with the Star Clan cat. Oh, that's so fun! And a marigold was gathered during the patrol. I love this! Oh, all right, guys. Well, the good news is that was a lot of fun little teensy developments. The bad news is that clearly I haven't made the events go along super fast, but guess what? Next time we are going to get a faster move on it. I might wait a little while to see how many of those kittens. I'll give it a few days before we decide how many kittens are living in that feral kitten colony under the cabin. I'll leave it into your guys' good hands and give everybody a chance to have a few days, because like not everybody can watch it right away. I definitely can't. Just trust me. Anyway, it looks like Chestnut Star and Eddie Paw are actually very close, even though Floodpaw is Chestnut Star's apprentice. I can see the threads of the story developing. So, if you guys could, leave that like to add kittens to the feral kitten colony. And if you'd like to join us on this and literally thousands more adventures, do please consider subscribing. But most importantly, stay curious. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.